Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're not going to be shooting targets. I'm not going to be shooting groups. I'm going to go over an age-old discussion that's happened between millions of people. It's a scenario. So let's say that you're going to be dropped off for 2 years in a desolate place, like let's just say Texas, before people lived here. It's got mountains, everything. Mountains, swamps, heavy wooded deserts. And you only get to take 10 pounds worth of ammunition. So for 2 years, that's going to kind of limit us to rimfire. So this has been debated over and over and over and over again. I just want to give you my take on it, on what I would check. Already in your mind, which one would you pick? Before we even go and get into discussion, which one of those three calibers would you pick? 22 long rifle, 22 Winchester Magnum, or 17 HMR? Okay, so now you've got the scenario. The game is going to be a small to medium game. The same thing with predators. Small to medium, medium, I'm sorry, not small to medium. So we're talking about, as far as games go, we're talking about goats, sheep, deer, hog, all that, squirrels, rabbits, all that kind of stuff. For the dangerous predators, we're talking about wolves. We're talking about mountain lions, and about that size. That's about as big as you're going to encounter out in your expedition, let's say. So let's take a picture. Let's see if we can get a close-up of the 3 rounds that we have to pick from. Right here, you got this first one right here. To your left is the 22 long rifle. This middle one right here is the 22 Magnum. And the one over here to your right is going to be the 17 HMR. So that's our 3 calibers we got to pick from. Okay, so that being said, let's go over them. The 22 LR. So we're going to, remember, you can only take 10 pounds. So 22 LR, you could take about 1,250 rounds. That would be about 10 pounds. 22 Magnum, you can take about 950 rounds. So quite a bit more with 22 long rifle. 17 HMR, you can take about 1,250 rounds also. So that's, you're going to be there 700 some days. So you got to take into account, you're probably going to miss quite a few times, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it depends how far you're having to shoot for your game. So let's go through the bullet weights. For 22 long rifle, 20 grain to 45 grain. So big, about a 25 grain spread. 22 Magnum, 30 grain to 50 grain. 17 HMR, 15.5 grains to 20 grains. It's very limited on what you can, on your bullet weight with 17. So now let's go over, let's see, feet per second. 22 long rifle, you've got ammo anywhere from 400 to 1,700 feet per second. Mind you, with 22 long rifle, the faster stuff is not accurate. So you got to take that into account. 22 Magnum, you got anywhere from 1,875 feet per second to 2,300 feet per second. 17 HMR, you've got, best as I could find, 2,375 feet per second to 2,650. All right. Now let's go to muzzle energy. 22 long rifle, 40 to 200 foot-pounds. 22 Magnum, 300 to 322 foot-pounds. With HMR, you got 219 to 250 foot-pounds, depending on what cartridge you're using. All right. 100-yard drop. 3.8 inches to 17 inches at 100 yards if you're zeroed at 50. This is 0 to 50, and these are the 100-yard drops. So 3.8 inches to 17 inches. 22 Mag, 1.2 inches to 3.5 inches. 17 HMR, 3.4 inches to 4.0 inches drop. So now, considering all that, your 22, all of them are going to kill a small rabbit or something at 100 yards. Now, you got to get there's ammo that's real advanced. You can shoot pretty good at 100 yards with some of these rifles and some of this ammo brand. Not much punch out there. It's going to have to be a headshot. If you wound him, you're going to have to chase him down and probably shoot him 2 or 3 more times before you finally get him to stop. 22 mag would drop it, body shot, headshot, doesn't matter. 17 HMR would drop it with a headshot or body shot. So what it basically comes down to me, I can carry more rounds with 22 LR, but I'm very limited on the size I can get, size of game I can get. It'll get a deer at close range in the head. There's no doubt about it. But how many times are you going to get 50 feet from a deer? So you're very limited in your distance, and you're very limited in the energy that you're going to put on target. So which that kind of eliminates it for me. So kind of leaves us with the 22 mag and the 17 HMR. Both very good rounds. I love them all. I love all 3 cartridges, by the way. They have their purposes. So now it's a battle between 17 HMR and 22 mag. Got less rounds for the 22 mag. Got more energy. Can shoot out to 200 yards plus. 17 HMR, I get more rounds with a little bit less energy. Not much, but less energy at that. Shoot out 200 plus yards as well. Wind drift is going to be a lot bigger deal with the 17 HMR. It's going fast, but that little tiny bullet is gonna, any little wind is gonna throw that thing. At 200 yards, 5-mile-an-hour wind, you might get thrown off a foot from your point of impact, maybe more. I haven't shot yet at 200 yards. I'll plan on it with that cartridge. So 22 mags, less rounds, more energy. 7 HMR, faster speed, more rounds. Considering all that, I think the more energy of the 22 mag, the less susceptible it is to wind, and the more punch that it hits with. It's going to get deeper penetration on larger animals. 78 HMR, as fast as it is, it's an explosive round, but you're only going to get 4 to 5 inches penetration. So being that I can still hunt at 200 yards, my pick would be, for my gun that I can only have 10 pounds worth of ammo, which would give you about 950 rounds, I'm going to be there 700 and some days. Mine, it's tough, but I would take the 22 Magnum, I think. Absolutely. Just more power. I still got distance. I got less rounds, but it's likely to take down the game a lot quicker. And I mean, if you shoot a deer and you dry it out or whatever, you got food for days. You might not have to shoot another animal for 7 days, make jerky out of it or whatever, or 2 weeks, So anyway, it's an interesting conversation. Let me know what y'all think. We could talk about this all day, So thanks for watching my channel, and that's my take on which would be the best rimfire survival cartridge that I would choose. Thank you.